up, YouTube? So I wanted to film a little bit of a different video for you guys today. I've been getting a ton of messages and comments and questions just asking about counting macros. Asking me what macros are, what exactly is counting, how do you calculate your own macros, etc. So I wanted to do a video basically as a beginner's guide to counting macros. As a caveat, I am not an expert. I've only been counting macros for about a year and a half on and off, so I've gone through one cut and one bulk. I'm currently maintaining, and then I will be starting my next cut in May. So I am by no means an expert, but I've done a lot of research just to make sure that I understand the process, and I've also saved a lot of articles over time, just stuff for me to reference with some good tips and tricks. So I hope you guys enjoy. So macros or macronutrients are basically the calories that make up your meals coming from fat, protein, and carbs. And it really depends on whether you want to bulk or gain muscle, or cut, which is basically getting abs, or maintaining, which is just maintaining. You're not losing, you're not gaining, but you're just staying as is. It is actually called If It Fits Your Macros, or IIFYM. There's been a lot of questions that I've gotten, like, oh, why are you dieting? IIFYM is not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's easier for you to meet your goals because you can eat whatever you want if it fits in your macros. So it's kind of like a game. There is no like, oh, you can't have donuts or you can't have cookies. You can if it fits. So you have to kind of work your macros so that you're meeting your protein goals and your carb goals and your fat goals to align with whatever your goals may be. So as a general rule of thumb, for protein, you'll calculate it based on 0.8 grams to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight. And then you'll do 0.4 to 0.5 grams per pound of body weight for fat. And the rest is kind of filled in with carbs. This is just a general rule that you'll find on the internet, especially as you're doing this process. If you aren't getting the results that you want to see right away, you can play with your numbers and increase them and decrease them to make sure that you can keep progressing towards that goal. So to calculate your macros, there's really two ways to do it. The first way is to contact a coach or nutritionist who will usually charge you some kind of fee to calculate them for you. Or there's the IIFYM calculator, which will offer a free service. It allows you to calculate them online, and you just set your own goals based on your height, your weight, and your activity level. So I actually did the second way. I didn't pay for it, and I actually did the calculator online. And I will put down in the description a link to my Instagram, which will show you a picture from my cut to maintenance now, just so you guys can see that a calculator, though it's free, it does work if you're willing to tweak your macros accordingly to see more progress. So you don't actually have to pay to play, kind of, in a way. It is possible to do it doing the free calculators. So when you go into that calculator, it's going to calculate your tdee, which is basically the amount of calories that you burn in any given day doing sleeping, sitting, exercising, etc. And it's based on your height, your weight, your age, and your activity level. So once you get that number, you're going to set your goal, whether you want to bulk, cut, or maintain. A bee just flew in the house. Oh my god. Hold on. Terrible decision. I went and hid in my room and shut the door because I'm terrified of bees, and now I don't know where it is in the apartment. So I'm a little freaked out to now continue to film this. Okay, we're gonna try to get through this before a bee stings me, okay? So, I don't even remember where I was. Okay, so going back to where we were. Sorry, I'm very jumpy. So you're gonna calculate your tdee, and you're gonna do that whether you wanna bulk, cut, or maintain. Based on that, it'll give you some numbers. It'll send them to your email, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go download MyFitnessPal, and I will show you what that app looks like. And then when you click into it, it'll open. It's got this screen. And then you're going to press the button down here, and you're gonna go to Goals. Click Goals. And then there's going to be a calorie and macronutrient goals. So you're going to click that. And so there's a free version and a premium version on MyFitnessPal. Premium lets you actually set the numbers to the gram. I don't think that's good enough for me to pay for the app, so I do the free version. If you're setting your goal and your goal you can't like get close enough to the number, just know that like in the back of your mind to be a little short on carbs every day or whatever it is. In here you're going to type in your fat, your protein, and your carb gram goals, and then your calorie goal. So then MyFitnessPal is going to be your life. So every day after every meal you're going to have to go in and press this plus button. And you can either scan the barcode or you can actually type it in and search for it. Tracking macros takes time. You have to be very patient. Especially in the beginning, it's going to be a little overwhelming as you're tracking because it involves so much time to like scan every barcode and put it in. But the more you do it, it does save prior stuff that you put into the app. So you can just like select it and then change your grams or whatever on the food that you had to that meal, which makes it easier. So personally, I shoot to be within 5 grams, either below or over on my goals. I feel like that's enough wiggle room to go either way so that I'm not super upset if I don't hit it on the dot. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's okay. And over the entire week, you may be like over one day and under another. Evens out, so you're perfect. I feel like I should say about macros is there's kind of two types of people. There's the planners and the people that wing it. I am a wing it. I will record my breakfast and record my lunch, and then I'll just have whatever for dinner based on what macros I have left. There are some people who actually will do every meal, and they will do it all planned out for like 4 days in advance, and then they can just tweak it if they had something different than they already planned on eating. It's really up to you. Do what works for you to make it the most efficient and easy, I guess. So I would say the biggest resources that I actually used when I first started counting was Reddit. Google your questions on there. Chances are if you are curious about it, somebody else was too, and the answer is already online. But if you ever have any questions, I am more than happy to help out. Just leave your comments below and I will do my best to either answer it for you or give you some article that I feel like would be helpful. I think this is kind of a good beginner's guide. If you guys want me to do more videos, more on macro counting, more in-depth stuff, if you have certain questions, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to share my favorite meal with you guys for meal prep, which is very macro friendly, in the next clip, which is a Korean beef bowl, and it is seriously the best meal you will probably ever have. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. What's up, guys? So I am making my meals for the week. Pre-make like 4 at a time. So right now I've been really bored with chicken and broccoli, and I even tried to switch it up and did steak and Brussels sprouts, and I've just been having a very hard time eating those things because my cravings are out of control. So I found a meal that I've been probably making consistently for the past like 3 or 4 weeks, and it's a Korean beef bowl, and it's fantastic. So I figured I would film my making it for this week and show you guys how it works. Hope you guys enjoy. So I've already started to like set up my garlic and carrots, and then I've got some rice going on, and then I've got my ground turkey, which is 93% lean, 7% fat, and then we're gonna do some sauteed spinach and a fried egg on top. For the sauce, it's going to be 1/4 cup brown sugar. Do some sesame oil. It's going to be 2 teaspoons. And I use this one. I believe it's from Trader Joe's. That is my rice being done, which means we are almost done. So our red pepper flakes, depending on how spicy you want it. And then we're gonna do soy sauce. I usually do low sodium, but unfortunately I don't have it. So it says 1/4 cup. I usually like do 3/4 of it. I don't know if you guys can see. A little less. Just because it's a lot of salt. And then gonna add some chili paste because my fiance likes things super spicy. And I I do about a small little spoonful of that. And then you just stir it all up. And then we're gonna add some ginger, which I already ground up. And that is your sauce. So now I've got, if you guys can see, I've got some garlic that's gonna get heated up, and then once it's like caramelized and fragrant, you throw the meat on, grill up the meat, and then you throw on the sauce. And now my rice is done, so I'll put the rice as the base, and I'll do the meat on top, and then I'll put some carrots off to the side. I don't cook them, I just cut them really small. And then I will do a fried egg on top, and I will saute some spinach just with some grapeseed oil. Put it all together, top it with some sesame seeds, and it's bomb. Okay, so I drained all the water that was in the meat dish and in the spinach, so it looks good. If you guys noticed, it like majorly cooks down, so always add more. And then we are going to put our sauce all over the meat. So when measuring it out, I do always 4 ounces of meat, and then I use my measuring cup to do measuring out 1 cup of rice, and I put that on the bottom. So I just finished and put everything away, and I did 1 cup of rice, about 2 ounces of carrots, and then like 5 ounces of meat in 3 dishes, and then I made extra rice so that I can make a different meal for later today. And then we have my finished product. What do you guys think? Looks pretty good, huh?